Picture this. As a leader, you wake up not already bracing for fatigue, but you walk into meetings knowing what you stand for, knowing where you need rest, where you need presence. You don't apologize for your boundaries. You don't hide your needs. You lead with clarity, you lead with energy, and you are aligned with your purpose. This is not wishful thinking. This is possible because we're seeing around us that there are women who are claiming this, who are putting their stake in the ground, and they're creating these shifts, reclaiming their power, not just their presence. If you want to move from being present to being empowered, I have built something for you. Welcome to the Future Ready Leader podcast, where we explore the strategies, the mindsets, and the innovations that are shaping leaders like you for tomorrow. I'm Afshin, Executive Leadership Advisor and CEO of the Phoenix Coaching Company, and I'm here to help you amplify your leadership impact, navigate change with confidence, and create lasting growth in your organization and in yourself. Each episode will dive into leadership insights, real-world experiences, and transformative ideas to help professionals like yourself unlock your full potential. So if you're ready to future-proof your leadership and inspire meaningful change, let's get started. Hi, I'm Afshin, the founder of the Phoenix Coaching Company. Thanks for joining me again at the Future Ready Leader podcast. You might be showing up every day. You might lead your team, take meetings, hold your ground, but somewhere along the way, you might find yourself experiencing less energy, less flow, less balance. That's what disempowerment feels like. And in this episode, we're going to name it. We'll pull back the curtain on what it means and how female leaders can shift into presence with power and conviction. Right now, multiple data points are flashing red. Gallup recently, their leadership survey, the academic research, it's all pointing to the same pattern. More female leaders are experiencing disengagement, fatigue, and mental load, and a feeling that their leadership is less about agency and more about survival. And organizations are basically built on the assumption that leadership energy is constant. But the reality is that energy gets taxed in invisible ways. And that tax shows up in your presence without power, in your decisions without clarity. By the end of this episode, my hope is that you'll see where you're leading under invisible weight, and you'll know what your first steps are to reclaiming your power. I want to share a truth that I've seen in a lot of my leadership coaching work across industries and countries and cultures. Some of the most capable, driven women I've worked with aren't disengaging because of a lack of skill or ambition. They're disengaging because of the choices they're having to make. And you might recognize this. You're always on. You think ahead to meetings, to the team, to what's happening at home. You're carrying not just your role tasks, but often emotional labor, which is the unseen mental load. So you leave work present, but you're not fully engaged and empowered. According to Pew Research reports from 2023, majority of women say that they're doing more than their spouse or their partner when it comes to managing tasks at home, whether it's school pickups or drop-offs or assignments, or providing emotional support to a parent, or meeting the basic needs of the family, such as meals, etc. For many female leaders, that mental load becomes a constant whisper. You should do more, you haven't done enough, and you are missing out. And this is dimming clarity, it's diluting purpose, and it's stealing your power. So you might be wondering, what could you do instead? What shifts? How do you move from being present but disempowered to leading with vitality and presence and clarity? I'm going to share a few practical moves with you today. The first step that you want to take is to name the mental load, because it starts with awareness. What responsibilities are you carrying are invisible? What do you anticipate, organize, worry about beyond what you've signed up for, beyond what is actually being acknowledged? Second, set strong boundaries, not vague ones, very specific ones. Times you will disconnect, domains that you won't carry, voices that you will delegate to. Say no without apology, not because you're protecting your comfort, that too, but also because you're protecting your presence. Reclaim rituals of recovery, regular check-ins with yourself, reflection time, even short pauses. If you use tools or prompts that help you discern when you're energized versus emptied, you'll be able to bounce back faster. And align your roles with your values. If your role at work or home demands things that regularly contradict what you believe or what used to energize you, then there's tension there. You have the agency to redesign, refine, renegotiate your contribution at both places, work and home. Finally, celebrate every win. Don't be the last person to recognize the impact that you're creating in the world of work and play. Everything you're doing to make that impact possible, and every time you do it, if necessary, make a note of it every day. Picture this. As a leader, you wake up not already bracing for fatigue, but you walk into meetings knowing what you stand for, knowing where you need rest, where you need presence. You don't apologize for your boundaries. You don't hide your needs. You lead with clarity, you lead with energy, and you are aligned with your purpose. This is not wishful thinking. This is possible because we're seeing around us that there are women who are claiming this, who are putting their stake in the ground, and they're creating these shifts, reclaiming their power, not just their presence. If you want to move from being present to being empowered, I have built something for you. Lead with Fire Again is a 20-minute reset for women reclaiming their leadership power. This is an audio reset and a companion playbook designed to help you begin dismantling the invisible layers of disempowerment and start leading with aligned energy and clarity again. You'll find the link in the description below. We can't change the system from the outside alone if we don't change how we show up inside it. To all of those who are listening, you are empowered. It might be hidden, but it's yours to reclaim. So thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next episode.